Hello, everyone. This is Phoenix Tremaine. Today, we're going to be talking about General Hospital for the week of January the 27th. We will be officially starting sweeps on Thursday, January 30th. So we're deep in it now, and it looks like we got some good stuff coming up. But first, if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. I'd appreciate it. Please hit that like button so YouTube knows the channel for soap fans. And we have a membership where you will have already gotten this information because we had our live on Friday where we talked about all of the shows. We had some great conversations and we just have a really good time. So I would love to see you on the membership side. Now we will begin with Monday, January 27th. Lucky and Elizabeth take a risk. Anna sees Jason in a new light. Laura confides in Lulu. Christina is suspicious. Nina and Curtis form a plan, which is the picture you see right here. Tuesday, Alexis is left reeling. Trina encourages Kai. Carly receives a warning. Anna confronts Emma. Chase has news for Brooklyn. And Wednesday, Dante is horrified. Tracy and Martin have a run in. Cody is blindsided. Brooklyn ponders her next move. And Sasha opens up to Jason. Now we get into Thursday. Now, technically, General Hospital, because they preempted one episode, all of everything is pushed down. So, like Monday's episode will actually be what would have been Friday's episode. So, their sweeps actually begins on Friday the 31st. But anyway, let's get to Thursday. Carly and Brennan get closer. Lulu confides in Maxie. Molly and Christina are stunned. Dante briefs Chase. Cody jumps to conclusions. And then Friday, the first official sweeps day because of the preemption, Rick and Ava make a plea. Dante confronts Anna. Brooklyn seeks out Cody. Laura gives Lulu food for thought. And Brad makes an outrageous request. So we're going to go back and go over some things. Um, uh, when I saw the spoiler about Lucky and Elizabeth, I just wanted to make a comment where I am a fan of, I actually don't like Christina anymore. I don't like Lucky anymore, but I feel like they have great chemistry. And I wouldn't mind seeing Lucky and Christina paired up together. And the spoilers for the January 2025 preview did say that Rick is still interested in Elizabeth. So I can see that Christina and Lucky, if they start flirting and getting together, that could also push Elizabeth towards Rick and create that triangle between Rick, Ava, and Elizabeth. Now, I was super happy to see that Rick and Ava actually kissed. That was fun to see. But it ended as sort of like a vulnerable moment for Ava, where she got out of there real quick. But I'm glad it finally happened. A lot of us been waiting for it. Another thing I want to talk about is Anna. Anna is not Katie from Bold and Beautiful. Why is Anna constantly crying? We saw the preview for Monday. Anna was looked like she was about to burst out in tears because Jason hollered at her. I'm like, where's Super Spy Anna? Where's Anna that, is like courageous and adventurous and strong? It seems like every time Anna gets around Jason, she finds a new reason to cry. But I feel like they've made Anna weaker. And that's why I see a lot of people complaining about her being the police commissioner because she doesn't seem to have much of a backbone. I even wanted her to have a stronger stance with Sidwell, who I actually like, enjoy. I'm glad, they put him in the credits, and I'm glad that he's a part of the show and that he could possibly be a long-term villain, like, characters like Helena Castellan used to be. So I'm looking forward to seeing Sidwell on the show, but Anna and Laura trying to tag team and and tell him, you can't be in Port Charles. I'm like, one, you can't tell him to get out of town, it's not realistic. And as I said in last week's video on General Hospital, I think it was last week's video, or someone in the comment section maybe had mentioned that, Sidwell committed all these crimes. Why isn't he locked up? And one of the things I did say is what he did in Africa. You can't charge somebody in America from something that somebody did in another country. You can't even prove it. So, and like he said, it was like a lawless, part of a land or some whatever he was saying. Anyway, the writers are going to figure out whatever they can do to make sure that Sidwell can be a regular cast member, just like they did for Brennan. And when it comes to Sasha, being able to identify him as the one that, kidnapped her and everything. Well, so he was in that church, scene where she was just saying out loud she was pregnant. So I'm sure all he has to do is threaten the baby, and Sasha's not saying nothing. Jason's not saying nothing, because it'll be all about protecting the baby, from Sidwell. Tuesday, Alexis is left reeling. So all of this week, I think they're finally pulling the trigger because of sweeps. So I think Alexis is left reeling because I think that's when she finds out, because that would be the Monday episode, what would have been Monday's episode, where she finds out that Sam was the M word. I don't want to say it on YouTube, but that she didn't leave her own volition. Let's put it like that. So I think that Alexis is left reeling on Tuesday because she finds out the news about Sam. Wednesday, Dante is horrified. So I think that's when he finds out about Sam. Thursday, we have Molly and Christina are stunned. So I think that's when they find out about Sam. And so I feel like people are just finding out about Sam this week that her life was taken away. I don't know if they'll know by Cyrus, but they'll at least know that the Digitalis situation is probably coming out this week. Thankfully, finally, because so many people know, and Portia did. Isaiah did tell Portia it's time to tell the police. So I think that's why Dante Dante briefs Chase. So I think Thursday when Dante briefs Chase, he's letting him know about the Sam situation. But it says Dante confronts Anna. And so I think Dante is confronting Anna about, knowing about Sam, the Digitalis, or whatever. If she knew an hour before him, he's going to be mad that he didn't know this, she didn't just turn around and tell him right away. So I think a lot of people are about to find out. And I think next week, when we get into February, uh, I think that's when probably Jason will find out. So they're letting all the preliminary family members know, but we know the big reaction is gonna come from Jason. It's just a matter of finding out whether or not Cyrus, if they know that Cyrus was involved or could be involved. So we'll see what happens with that. I do want to also note that I enjoyed Kai and Trina still, just a nice relationship coming together. As I said in my live, everybody doesn't have to hate each other before they finally fall in love. That is a trope that needs to go away. Even though I did note that I'm enjoying Tracy and Martin because they have great comedic timing since, they're going to be love interests. So I'm enjoying their comedic timing, but every time Lulu and Dante start arguing, I'm like, this is not romance. For example, we've got Molly and Cody. They're always coming out the gate with her calling him the A word. So yeah, that looks like that's going in that direction. And that's why I like Kai and Trina because they did make them adversarial because he wanted to do the football thing and not necessarily study with her. So they started off the same way, but I'm glad they nipped that in the bud and they have been building this friendship. So I'm really glad about, Kai and Trina, Carly and Brennan. They had a little bit of friction last month, which made me start to lose interest in them, but now they're back on track. So for the most part, even Rick and Ava, before they kissed, they were arguing. So I'm gonna add this to the question in the comment section. Do you enjoy people hating each other before they fall in love? They don't even start off like in real life where people at least try to be on their best behavior or whatever. But are you tired of soap couples having to hate each other before they become like some super couple? Or do you like, seeing romance, like people like each other, go on a date, get to know each other? I mean, soaps are 5 days a week. you know, they got a lot of time to fill, and some of that could be some love in the afternoon because I do miss some love in the afternoon days. But I know that once soaps started getting canceled, that, they began to focus more on friction and, shock. And, they didn't want to take the time to do those, sort of like, uh, Love in the Afternoon type storylines because they wanted to keep, viewers' attention, and not risk, sort of doing the slow burn love story or even a adventurous love story. Like, remember the days in General Hospital where, a couple would go on an adventure and run around the woods and whatnot? What happened to them days? But anyway, oh, and of course, I got to say this another week. I'm not looking at Drew. That's shallow. I don't care how it happened, whether he's wearing a mask, whether he has a chip in his head, whatever. That ain't nobody but shallow. but yeah, let me know your thoughts. But that ain't Drew. That ain't Drew. Thanks for watching. Oh, and Willow, you know, just keep on piling on, do whatever you can to make me hate Willow because Willow's being real stupid. And her comeuppance, now that is going to be great TV to find out the Drew ain't ish. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep making her like Drew's like walks on water, and yeah, and they keep having her. Oh, mom, I love you. I miss you. Oh, I can't wait to see you and help me with the kids. And we know all that means is they're setting Nina up to get her fondest wish, her closeness with her daughter, that, super, super close. But then the truth is going to come out in the worst possible way. And we know Willow is not only going to lash out at Drew, she's going to lash out at Nina. And Nina's going to be crying, you know, because she's not going to be the one that tells Willow the truth. Willow will find out the worst possible way, and that would create the drama for Willow finding out she was a fool. So with that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.